Lakas naman. Lakas ng signal. Inusog mo kasi, kaya wala, hindi mo makita. Inusog mo naman, inusog mo ako inusog. Kung hindi ako makalive, video ko na rin.
And we have first an opening prayer. May we request our dear colleague, Senator Manny Pacquiao, to lead us.
Iyon po natin sa ulo. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa panibagong araw na pinagkaloob ninyo sa amin. Salamat po sa biyaya ng buhay. Pinaaray namin sa iyo ang araw na ito. Basbasan niyo po kami upang maging instrumento. Maging instrumento po kami ng inyong katotohanan. Ang pagkakaisa, kapayapaan at pagmamahal sa bawat isa. Maraming salamat po, Panginoon. Amen.
Amen.
Maraming salamat din. Thank you. Amen.
Hindi ko makikita sa senator ko doon. Palit mo sa ating camera.
This proceedings of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights and jointly with the Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs as the secondary committee is now called to order. May I recognize Senator Pangilinan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Madam Chairperson, for the purposes of today's proceedings, I move that we adopt the rules of the Senate and the rules of procedure regarding increase in aid to legislation. Just a procedure.
On a motion duly seconded, this proceedings have adopted or is adopting the Senate rules, the rules of the Senate, and the rules of procedure governing increase in aid of legislation as amended. I believe there is a quorum of both committees. May we ask the committee secretary to confirm that?
Yes, Madam Chairperson.
To the indulgence of my colleagues, I wish to dispense with the roll of the roll call of each of the members of the committees and also the non-members of the Senate. Thank you. The chair now wishes to deliver the opening statement. Can we have the visuals ready, please? One minute suspension.
Kaya miss kahit na kaya naman kahit na. Sige. Buha ko na siya. Buha ko na siya.
Excuse me, walang ganyan.
Fake lang to. Hindi may zoom.
Pwede. Nasuzoom yan. Ay, hindi. Kala ko yung cellphone.
Proceedings resumed. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Sa aking mga kasamahan sa Senado, sa ating mga kagalalang ng mga resource speakers ng various government agencies. Magandang umaga po. Noong 2 ng Agosto, sa akin pong privilege speech dito sa Senado, inilakat natin ang nakakaalamang usapin ng laganap at karumal-dumal ng mga batayan sa ating bayan. Hindi lang ito naging laman ng balita sa ating bansa. Sa buong mundo, pinag-uusapan ito tayo. Tulad ng marami sa atin, nababahala ako sa kaliwat kanang batayan na inaalmusal natin kada umaga. Araw-araw na lang ang balitang may bagong napatay dahil nanlaban daw o ng agaw ng balik ang biktima. Marami na rin po ang tinaslang ng di kilalang mga salarin na tinabibilangan malamang ng mga vigilante. Pinalot ng packaging tape at pinatungan ng cardboard ng mga mensaheng pusher o kaya bolt upper o pagtularan. Nais po nating malaman ang katotohanan sa likod ng mga nasabing patayan at karakasan. Ano nga ba ang tunay na nangyari? At bakit patuloy itong nangyayari? Hindi ko sinasabing ang lahat ng nagaganap na pagpatay sa operasyon ng mga pulis ay walang legal na patayan sa paggamit ng lethal force. Masyado lang marami ngayon ang nakapatay sa mga enkwentro kumpara sa mga nakaraang panahon para hindi magduda kung nasusunod ba talaga ang rules of engagement. Doon naman po sa usapin ng vigilante killings o pagpatay ng mga di kilalang salarin. Hindi rin natin sinasabi na may kinalaman ng gobyerno sa pagkalat ng mga death squad. May indikasyon na hindi lahat ng mga pagpaslang ay may kaugnayan sa kampanya laban sa droga ng gobyerno. Mayroong mga nakikisakay at nakikisabay lang sa lehitimong operasyon ng kapulisan para makatakas sa batas at para pagtakpan ang kanilang partisipasyon sa kalakalan ng droga. Kailangan po nating malaman kung ang sinasabing mga vigilante killings sa buong bansa ay magkakaugnay at bunsod ng isang organisadong pagkilos ng mga individual o grupo sa labas o loob man ng gobyerno. As I have said, my concern does not only revolve around the growing tally of killings reported by the Philippine National Police. What is particularly worrisome is that the campaign against drugs seems to be an excuse for some, and I just emphasize, some law enforcers and other elements like vigilantes to commit murder with impunity. Last August 18, Police Director General Ronald De La Rosa reported to the Senate Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs that there are 665 15. But what is even more disturbing is that in the same hearing, the PNP chief stated that there are 899 drug-related deaths committed by unknown killers during the same period. Out of this figure, only 22 cases were filed in NCR-PO. Grabe ito. Katumbas po yan ng 35 tao na patay kada araw. 35 persons being killed. Certain media outlets report different figures. The ABS-CBN research and investigative group cites that there are 1,127 alleged drug offenders killed from May 10 to August 19. According to the report, 666 were killed during police operations, while 343 suspects were killed by unidentified assailants. GMA News and the Philippine Daily Inquirer, as shown on the screen, also tallied different numbers. How do we account for these differences? Why are there killings in such magnitude? What provides for the seeming continued impunity of those behind vigilantism and summary executions? Bukod pa sa mga tanong na ito, mahalaga pong malaman sino ang mga biktima, sino ang mga pumapatay, saan ito nangyayari, may investigasyon ba o kasong sinasampa o isinasampa pagkatapos ng insidente, aling ahensya o mga ahensya ang nag-iimbestiga. Saan po ba kahantong ang kampanya nito? These are the questions that disturb me, both in my capacity as senator and as a Filipino. These are the same questions that the Filipino people would like to have answered. There is no indication that the statistics on killings of alleged drug suspects will go down anytime soon. How many people need to die before we act to correct this alarming situation? Buhay po ng tao ang pinag-uusapan dito, hindi lang basta numero. Sa bawat natagpuang bangkay sa kalsada, may nawala ng kapatid, magulang at asawa, may naulilang pamilya, may gumugong kinabukasan at pag-asa. I strongly believe extrajudicial or extralegal killings, whether perpetrated by the state or by non-state actors, must stop. Blatant disregard for human life has to stop. It is for these reasons that we hold the Senate inquiry in aid of legislation to address the rampant summary executions of alleged drug suspects. We have invited witnesses, families, and relatives of the victims who will be allowed to share under oath their stories and accounts of the alleged killings. Their corresponding testimonies are supported by their respective affidavits, which will be forwarded to the proper agencies for investigation and for prosecution. Mayroon po tayong 12 saksi sa 8 kaso ng pagpatay na may 11 mga biktima. 12 witnesses in 8 cases involving 11 victims. Malinaw po na ang mga kasong ito ay maliit na bahagi lamang ng mahigit 1,000 insidente ng pagpatay sa operasyon ng mga pulis o ng mga hindi kilalang salarin. Sa pamamagitan nila, nais natin na malaman ang kwento sa likod ng mga insidente ng pagpatay. Hindi po natin layunin na imbestigahan ang lahat ng kaso ng pagpatay. Hindi po natin kayang gawin yan. Kung hindi bigyan ng linaw lamang ang mga tanong na bumabalot sa ating isipan tungkol sa mga pangyayaring ito. Mahirap din po makahanap at makakuha ng mga saksi na pusang loob na magtetestigo sa harap ng publiko. Ang iilan na haharap sa atin sa pagdinig na ito ay lumapit sa Commission on Human Rights upang humingi ng tulong sa pagpaslang sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Nagpapasalamat po tayo sa CHR, sa pamumuno ni Chair Chito Gascon, at nandito po sila bilang resource speakers. We also invited the leadership of the PNP, headed by Director General De La Rosa, to serve as resource speakers, as well as members of the academe, various non-government organizations, and media networks. Let this be clear. The Senate is not a court of law or a quasi-judicial body. The Senate investigation is in aid of legislation, where the technical rules of evidence are not strictly applied. Our focus here is on the criminal acts to be addressed, not on the prosecution of the alleged perpetrators. The following are our objectives. Number one, to determine or check on the abuses committed by law enforcers conducting operations in pursuit of those who are allegedly involved in the illegal drug trade. Two, to reinforce our legal regime to address the phenomenon of vigilantism and summary killings. Three, to enhance legal mechanisms of accountability of state and non-state actors. Four, to strengthen the roles and responsibilities of relevant government agencies, especially the Commission on Human Rights, the Internal Affairs Service of the PNP, the Ombudsman, and the National Bureau of Investigation that are mandated to investigate cases of extrajudicial killings and summary executions that are perpetrated and or tolerated by public officers. And five, to institute legislative measures to ensure that fundamental rights, especially the right to life, are respected by authorities. This five-fold agenda of the proposed Senate Resolution number 9 can be subsumed under a general goal of improving our system of laws in connection with the prevention and investigation of extrajudicial killings and summary executions and those that relate to the mechanisms of accountability for those involved in this abhorrent activities. What accounts for the witness in the legal system? What is the explanation for the reality versus law gap in the prevention and investigation of this type of killings? What provides for the semi-continued impunity of those behind vigilantism and summary executions? Are our laws sufficient to address these problems? Do we help those laws? Or are our current set of laws being implemented properly to deal with such phenomenon? These are the bottom line questions in the view of the chair in this inquiry. Sa investigasyong ito, sisikapin natin malaman, sapat ba ang umiiral na batas para tugunan ang patuloy na tumataas na bilang ng extrajudicial killings sa bansa? Kung sapat ang ating mga batas, maayos pa itong ipinapatupad para masigurong hindi ito inaabuso ng ilang tiwaling grupo o personalidad. Linawin ko lang po, hindi layunin ng investigasyong ito na pigilin o pahinain ang kampanya laban sa droga ng kasalukuyang administrasyon. Nais pa po natin itong palakasin habang sinisigurong walang batas na nilalabat, walang karapatang niyuyurakan, at walang buhay na nilalapastangan. Gusto din natin patibayin pa ang kakayahan ng ating mga kapulisan sa paglaban sa droga, sa pamamagitan ng mga panukalang batas upang gabayan sila sa tamang pagpapad ng tukuling. Hinihikayat ko po ang lahat sa subaybayan ng mga pagdinig na ito ng Senado. Samahan din po kaming suriin, imbestigahan at tukuyin ang katotohanan tungo sa mas mapayapa, mas makatarungan at makakaong lipunan. Maraming salamat po. At this point, With the permission of my colleagues, the chair now lays down the following House rules for this inquiry. Number one, senators who wish to also give their opening statements are given a maximum of 5 minutes. They are also given 10 minutes each to propound questions to a resource person or witness, subject to a second round, if warranted, with a maximum of 5 minutes. Witnesses, I believe that what they are to testify on are also embodied in their respective affidavits. Copies of some of those witnesses have been distributed today. However, may we request the senators to treat these affidavits with utmost confidentiality as if they were given during an executive session. The proceedings today and tomorrow will be until 1:30 p.m. We will schedule additional hearings if needed. And finally, we ask everyone in this hall to either turn off or
Parehas
put
tayo kaya
in
adjourn
a
na yan.
silent mode their mobile phones. Maraming salamat po. At this point, Senator Panfilo Lacson will deliver his own statement in his capacity as chair of the Secondary Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs.
Thank you, Madam Chair, the intelligence of our colleagues and our resource persons. I have a very brief opening statement. I believe I owe it to my colleagues and those watching this proceeding this morning that I make a disclosure that having come from the ranks of the police, I know and understand their psyche. I know their frustrations over a flawed judicial system with unsympathetic, sometimes corrupt prosecutors. Kabisado ko na rin ang mga palusot at mga kalokohan ng mga scallywags sa hanay nila. May mga tinanggal nga ako sa serbisyo ng CPNP pa ako na nagsipagpalikan nung wala na ako. At ginamit pa nila para gipitin ako at gipitin din ang mga dati kong tauhan na malalapit sa akin. I know as well their enthusiasm and dedication to perform their duties in order to accomplish their assigned mission. I have openly and consistently manifested my misgivings to allow this inquiry to proceed, and for good reasons. Number one, the momentum that the police has gained over a short period through life-risking work of fighting illegal drugs must not be deterred by legislative inquiries like what we are conducting right now. Frankly, I have never seen anything on the scale of the current anti-illegal drugs campaign under this administration. Number two, as I had spent almost half of my life in law enforcement like them, I am not sure how many times I could have been maimed or killed by enemy fire during police operations that I had participated in, or the number of times I could have landed in jail while performing itong uri ng legislative investigation and be seated on their side of a committee room. And I can tell you, the feeling was anything but pleasant. Never akong nakaramdam ng good vibes noon. I just hope our resource persons who are members of the police force are not talking to themselves now as I speak, cursing us legislators the way I did then. To our police officers present in this inquiry, honestly, I don't know how this whole exercise of drug fighting will end. I have no idea what is the end state of all your efforts. All I want to pick, and I want to pick your brain on that later. I can only make a guess. Either we have a drug-free Philippines after 6 months, or maybe a longer period, or, God forbid, you'll go bust and worse, end up in jail. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Lacson. Before I call on the next senator to deliver a statement, may I just give a very, very brief comment. In my capacity as the chair of the primary committee on Justice and Human Rights, I assure everyone that this proceedings will be conducted in the most professional manner and that we will all our resource persons, including witnesses, respect and courtesy, because that is what precisely provided in our rules. Thank you. May I recognize at this point Senator Alan Peter Cayetano to also deliver his own opening statement.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, while they are fixing the projector, may I just greet you good morning to our guest. If I tend to be a little bit emotional today, I apologize because we lost our pastor, Pastor Doy Castillo, who was like a father to us. And I've been involved with the Duterte campaign and with Chief PNP Bato, and grabe po yung tama sa media na as if Wild Wild West tayo. 14,000 plus lang ang sweldo ng mga pulis. Hindi lahat may gamit. And then, napapatayan din sila. Pero hindi pa tayo naglo-launch ng investigasyon kung paano sila pwede tulungan. Sila na iniimbestigahan natin. So my apologies if I tend to be a little bit emotional. Having said that, Madam Chair, I thank you for your assurances at the start of this hearing. Senator Jovan yielded his 5 minutes to the opening statement so I can complete my presentation. Madam Chair,
Excuse me, Senator Alan?
yes,
You said that Senator Villian,
everyone has 5 minutes, so under the tradition of the Senate, usually
only the
another
senators who
senator,
wish to deliver
yes,
their
he
opening
wished to give his
statement.
statement and
So
he will give
may
his
I ask
statement.
Senator Villanueva whether he did intend to deliver his own opening statement?
I wasn't supposed, but considering that there's a request from our good friend, we will yield the 5 minutes, Madam Chair.
With due respect to
Madam
Senator
Chair.
Alan Peter Cayetano, I don't believe that, as mentioned,
Madam Chair, usually we respect each other here.
Villanueva just said that he did not intend to deliver a statement.
I will just talk very fast, Madam
Thank
Chair,
you.
but usually, let me put on the record, we respect each other's opinion here, and it's not a matter of intent to give a opening statement. If
Thank you.
everyone is allowed to give a statement, you can yield your time, whether it's in the questions. You are new here, so I will understand that, but that has been the
Thank you.
tradition here in
Please
the
proceed.
Senate.
Thank you.
May my time just start now, please. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. I'm not talking about the Aquinos, Arroyos, or the Dutertes. When the drug lords rule, people mourn. But when the law enforcers, the righteous, are the one ruling, walang patayan, may katahimikan sa ating bansa. Next slide. It is being made to appear in the media and with no help by some so-called human rights advocates. Next slide, please. That grabe ang patayan araw-araw. Please take note from 2010 to 2015 during the Aquino administration, an average of 35 ang patay araw-araw. Ngayon po, sa ilalim ni Presidente Duterte, 20 po. No, more than about a third are now, their lives are now being saved every day because of the efforts of the PNP. Next slide. The old norm was drug lords and their cohorts acted with impunity. People have low trust sa PNP, fiscals, judges, high-ranking government officials are involved in the illegal trade or protectors, and people hindi nakakadama na sila secure sa kanilang bahay, sa kalye, sa kanilang trabaho. Ngayon po, the respect and fear for the law has been restored. Drug lords and their supporters are on the run. People are beginning to feel safe, renewed trust on our law enforcers and government under President Duterte. Next slide. Are we using the term extrajudicial killings loosely? Commission on Human Rights or our dear chairperson, I was hoping that they would educate the people more and the media para hindi sila ma-mislead na lahat ng patay ay extrajudicial killings. Bakit po? Ito po ang sinabi ng dalawang justice. Next slide. There is a need for clear-cut killing of what the extrajudicial killing is. The name is a misnomer since every killing outside death penalty is extrajudicial. Dalawang justice po nagsabi niya. So ano po ang ginawa ng Aquino administration? Gumawa po sila ng AO 35. Hindi ko na babasahin dahil 5 minutes lang oras ko. Next slide. Dito po ang importante. The victim was
a member or affiliated of an organization to include political, environmental, agrarian, labor, or similar causes, an advocate of the above-named causes, a media practitioner, etc. Ibig sabihin po, labor leader ka, media ka, religious leader, pinatay ka dahil sa paniniwala mo. Next slide. That way is very clear for the purpose of the focus mandate of AO 35 na ginawa ng Aquino administration. Ang common criminals at ang crime sa kanila hindi kasama sa extrajudicial killings. Next slide. Yan po ang pirma ng dating Secretary de Lima, Department of Justice, IAC Chair. So alam po nila yan. Lahat na nagpapa-interview sa CHR at ating mahal na chairperson, alam po nila yan. Next slide. Sa araw-araw na patayan sa Aquino administration ng 35, may 1,400. 394 lang ang classify nila na extrajudicial killing. Pero sa umpisa pa lang ng hearing na to, kung ano nung numero na narinig natin eh. Did they clarify which one is extrajudicial and not? Which one are common criminals? Next slide. Kaya ano ho ba sabi ng isa nilang kakampi na Human Rights Watch? Unresolved or basically failure ang kanilang watch pagdating sa pagre-resolve ng extrajudicial killings. Eh ba't hindi yun ang munang imbestigahan natin bago sa extrajudicial killings ngayon? O okay lang dati, ngayon masama. Next slide. People now beginning to feel safe in the streets and trust our law enforcers. Beginning. Hindi ko po sinasabing safe lahat. Pero nag-uumpisa na. Next slide. Kung makikita nyo po yung crime volume, ayan po, hindi ko na babasahin isa-isa because of lack of time. Pero makikita nyo, crimes against property, 11,000 to 6,000 in 1 month. Bakit po? Ang mga pusher at saka user, kailangan ng pera, walang trabaho yung marami dyan, nagnanakaw. But because nagsosurrender na yung mga user, nahuhuli ang pusher, pababa ang crime volume. Next. People support the anti-war drugs. Criminals don't. Ang mga criminal at drug pusher gumagastos ngayon sa media, sa politika, sa politiko, sa kahit ano, para i-discredit ang administrasyon na to, para nga tumuloy ang kanilang multi-billion na negosyo. I'm not saying that everyone is being used. Marami pong honest advocates for human rights, honest advocates of how to do this better. But let us not fool ourselves. Marami din sa mga drug lords ang pumupondo dito. Next slide. Hindi rin totoo na lahat ng sektor ayaw. Basilan Bishop Martin Pumuad is pinning his hopes on the new president. Next slide. This is another one na nagsasabing maganda nangyayari at kahit hindi pa nakaupo ang bagong presidente, after he won, nagsimula ng mga pulis magsipag at tumapak. Next slide. Anti-drug operations, 215% increase in anti-drug operations. I agree with the chairperson. Hindi intensyon ng committee na to pahintuin yan. Ang problema, the way to hell is full of good intentions. It is not the intention, it is the effect. Ang mga pulis nanonood lahat. At kung lalabas na sila pa kontrabida ngayon, baka yung iba umatras. Kaya hindi mo mapigilan ang ating Pangulo na maging emosyonal sa kanyang 100% support. Next slide, anti-drug arrest. Next slide. The average Aquino haul for drugs, 412 million a month. So far, the average for Duterte, 2.3 billion in 48 days. Next slide. Next slide. They say we are growing flat from various sectors. Next slide. Tingnan niyo po ito. The Philippine war sa ABS-CBN. Outrage over extrajudicial killings. Yung outrage, no? Anong pinapalabas? Na lahat na lang napatay sa extrajudicial killings, na may outrage. Pero yung news, na sa sulok-sulok ng ating bansa, masaya ang mga tao, nasaan yun? Dito sa Inquirer, the kill list ang tawag nila. During the Aquino administration, mas marami ang patay. May kill list ba kayo? Pero ngayon, sa Duterte administration, gumawa pa kayo ng sarili niyong pangalan, the kill list. paano po hindi sasama loob ng ating mga alagad ng batas, ng NBI, PDEA, Police, na nung panahon na walang ginagawa, dun sa araw-araw na patayan, ay okay lang. Ang tawag nyo, riding in tandem, ang tawag nyo, ganit, murder, homicide. Ngayon na may ginagawa sila at mas konti ang patay, kill list ang tawag. Lastly, Madam Chair, have we ever asked the PNP what they need? I was hoping, and I suggested this in our first hearing, sana bago tayo mag-hearing at akusahan sila, pagtawag muna natin, ano kailangan nyo? Sweldo nyo, napakababa. Kailangan nyo ba ng equipment? Next slide. Alam niyo po ba sa ilalim ng batas, 201 dapat ang pulis natin. Kulang ng 40 mil na pulis. Next slide. Ang sweldo ng pulis, 4,834. Next slide. Ito po ang combat pay, 11 pesos a day. Sa pulis po, 933 a day. Eh, 10 piso, soft drinks lang yun. Ni bottled water, hindi kayo makakabili. So, Madam Chair, I will stop there because of lack of time, but the point I'm making, can you go to the next slide first? Next.
Is this the last
Yes,
point?
this last slide.
Let's
Yes,
wrap up.
Madam Chair.
Time
Next
is up.
slide. Next. Here, Madam Chair. Wala po akong problema dahil ako isang human rights advocate din. Kung indiscriminate o ang police ay may utos na huwag niyong gawin ito. Pero titignan niyo po ito, mismong PNP ang may memorandum na nagsabi na lahat ng unexplained, lahat ng vigilante, imbestigahan. And hindi ko na ipapakita dahil wala ng time, pero yung last slide ko po dito ay ang statement ng ating Pangulo at statement ni Chief PNP Ronald De La Rosa alias Bato na nagsasabi, ayan po, ayoko ng extrajudicial killings. So thank you, Madam Chair, that you said we will be fair. But sana sa mga interviews at mga kapatid natin sa media, maging fair din. Kasi panay ang report nyo na ayaw ng Pangulo, na gusto ng Pangulo at ng PNP ng extrajudicial. Pero yan po ang sinasabi nila, yan ang official. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. 2 punto lang po. We will ask the concerned resource speakers to educate us, to educate the public on these concepts, on these terms, extrajudicial killings, extra-legal killings, summary executions, vigilante killings. So at the proper time in the course of the proceedings, questions on that point can always be asked to these resource persons. Pangalawa, so at this point,
Procedural, Madam Chair.
yes,
Is there any other senator who wishes to make a statement? If there is none,
I was just told, Senator Soto, Senator Riza Montiveros just manifested her intention to also deliver an opening statement.
In that
subject to the
case,
same time limit.
yes, in that case, thereafter we could probably have the resource persons take their opinion.
Yes.
Thank you.
Senator Montiveros, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ang yumawa kong asawa ay isang police PNP officer. Alam ko ang nadaramang takot at pangamba ng mga katulad kong babae. Bagamat ang aking asawa ay hindi pumanaw sa engkwentro, siya ay binawian ng buhay sa gitna ng kanyang assignment at malayo sa amin. Sa mga kababaihang asawa o partner ng mga pulis at sa ating buong kapulisan, hangad ko po ang inyong kaligtasan at panatag na loob ng inyong mga pamilya. Makakaasa po kayo sa akin. Kakaasa si Chief PNP Doroy De La Rosa, umista ng aking yumaong asawa at aking kaibigan. Gagawin ko ang lahat ng aking magkakaya bilang senador upang masiguro ang inyong kaligtasan at maprotektahan kayo sa panganib sa kampanya ng gobyerno laban sa droga. Kasama ng maraming mga mamamayan, hangad ko na magtagumpay kayo at magkaroon tayo ng mapayapang bansa. Pero sana maintindihan din po ng lahat, Madam Chair, na gagawin ko rin po ang lahat ng aking makakaya upang ipagtanggol ang karapatang pantao ng bawat mamamayan. Ito po ay isang tungkulin na ating sinumpaan, lalo na ng ating kapulisan. Ang ating kampanya laban sa droga ay hindi dapat mauwi sa simpleng pagbibilang ng mga napatay. Dapat ang sukatan ng matagumpay na kampanya laban sa droga ay ang pagdami ng bilang ng mga buhay na napabuti, na ituwid at nailigtas. The war on drugs should not be reduced to killings. It must be a just campaign to promote new beginnings. I believe that in the government's war against drugs, we cannot play gods and decide whose lives matter and whose lives don't. Sabi nga, ano ang sukat ng halaga ng isang buhay? Paano natin tinitimbang ang buhay na mahalaga at ang buhay na pwede na lamang baliwalain at pwedeng kitilin? Ano ang batayan na magsasabing ang isang buhay ay may silbi pa at ang isa na may wala ng pag-asa? Sino ang lalagyan ng cardboard o sunod na ilalagay sa kill scoreboard? Hindi lang iisang tao o iisang grupo ang may kapangyarihan na husgahan ang kapwa Pilipino. May justice system ang ating demokrasya. Mabagal man o may kahinaan, hindi ito pwede isang tabi. Dito po dapat patas na tinitimbang o sinusukat ang paglabag sa batas at sa makataong paraan po ipinapataw ang karampatang parusa. Madam Chair, to my dear PNP leadership, and to all the guests of this committee today, we must shift the focus of this war on drugs from vendetta to real justice, from shortcuts to reforms, from punishment to treatment, from punishment to treatment, Madam Chair, from mere killing to healing. This approach is not only restorative and just, it is also the more humane path. Let us not lose our humanity in the face of fear and barbarity. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Senator Riza. Ngayon po, bibigyan na po natin ng pagkakataon. Yes, Senator Miggs.
Yes, may I be allowed to give just 2 minutes? No, sa aming planta sa Cagayan de Oro ay may mga shabuati. Ang ginawa po natin ay napatawag po ako ng tulong sa City Hall, employees ng Department of Health na employado sa City Hall. At nag-conduct po ako ng drug test sa aking mga tauhan. Madam Chair, out of the 30 employees that we had, 10 ang positive sa shabu. That is a third of my workforce. A third. Nakakagulat dahil marami nun ay masaya na sa buhay at maganda po kanila sweldo at benepisyo ay dala ko po galing sa Bukidnon. Kinuusap po sila at tinanong ko sila, bakit kayong dumuklok sa shabu ng ganda ng buhay nyo ngayon? Anong mong sagot sa akin, Madam Chair? Eh doon sa labas ng aming gate, doon sa Barangay Agusan, sa Cagayan de Oro, napakadaling bumili ng shabu. 20 pesos lang, 20 pesos, Madam Chair, ang isang sachet ng shabu na mas mura pa sa isang pack of cigarettes. So they said, they do a hit in the morning, and when the hit is gone, they do the hit in the evening. Ganon kagrabe at lala ang sitwasyon ng droga na yun. Madam Chair, you know, Mexico, I had a briefing recently. Mexico is losing the war on drugs. Their killings there are not done by government. But yung mga massacres doon are being done by the drug cartels, the Mexican drug cartels. Pinupugutan yung mga ulo. They hang them upside down. And sooner or later, we do not nip this at the bud. And I'm saying, not even in the stage of a bud, which is now a full-grown weed, Madam Chair. We have to congratulate the PNP for the job that they're doing now because they're risking life and limb. Sila mismo namamatayan. Madam Chair, sa totoo lang, after Digong Duterte, the President, had become President of the Republic, that the shabu dealers in that barangay, out of a legitimate operation, patay. Ngayon, bumalik po ako doon. Ang sabi nila sa akin, tumahimik ang barangay. Wala na nang gugulo sa kanila. Ganun, that's the reality on the ground. And dapat ipakita dito po natin yun dahil yung mga pamilya na apektado sa drug-related crimes ang unbearable. Imagine a third of the workforce. What if you had 3 children and one of your children?
Excuse me, Senator Miggs, I'm
So
sorry.
that's it, Madam Chair. I know, Madam Chair, although I've been given 5 minutes, hindi pa siguro ako mabot na. But Madam Chair, again, I would just like to show the severity of the situation. I was principal author of the anti-drug law together with Senator Soto and also member of the House of Representatives. And it's only today that I see effects. Thank you, Madam.
Maraming salamat. We all know that. We know how great the problem is with respect to drugs, but we should not also turn a blind eye to this another great problem of the spate of killings. Thank you so much, Senator Vic. So, ngayon naman po, ibigyan din mo natin ng pagkakataon ng ilan sa mga resource speakers natin na magbigay ng kanilang opening statements. Ito po yung order ng magbigay ng kanilang opening statements subject to the 3-minute time limit that I indicated earlier. Ating pong Police Director General de la Rosa, to be followed by CHR Chair Gaston, then by Udea, Attorney Rosalie Borja, and NBI Police Director Geran. So 3 minutes, but can we ask all of the resource persons, sabay-sabay na lang po tayo ngayon, whether or not you are supposed to deliver an opening statement, pwede po kasi tayo lang po tayo. For the swearing in. May we ask the Committee Secretary to administer the swear in. All possible resource.
Please raise your right. And bow down, sir. I, your name please. Do solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. This public proceeding.
Maraming salamat po. We now recognize the Director General Ronald de la Rosa.
To the Honorable Chair, the Senate Committee on Justice and Human Rights, Senator Daladalang Lima, the Vice Chair, and members of the committee, good morning. Salamat po sa pagkakataon na may pahayag ang mga adhikari ng pambansang pulisya sa pagkikipaglaban sa illegal na droga. Sa pag-upo pa lamang ng ating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, batid na po namin na magiging malaking hamon ang pagtupad sa kanyang direktibang masumpok ang illegal na droga sa bansa. As of February 2016, the PDEA reported that 27% of 11,321 out of the country's 42,065 barangays, mostly in urban areas, are drug affected. On record, NCR has the highest rate of affectation with 1,611 or 94% of the total number of barangays, followed by Calabarzon with more or less 3,000 or 75% of barangays. Further, the Dangerous Drugs Board 2015 National Household Survey disclosed that there are around 1.8 million drug users in the country, of which more or less 690,000 or 38% are unemployed. During the Senate hearing on Thursday, August 18, 2016, it was announced that the country has more or less 3.7 million drug users nationwide. This situation indicates the magnitude of the drug problem in our country. And while much has been done to eradicate illegal drugs, the problem persists and has become worse, especially at the grassroots level. Through the Philippine National Police Anti-Illegal Drugs Campaign Plan Double Barrel from July 1 to August 21, 2016, the police was able to arrest a combined total of 10,153 drug pushers and users. Meanwhile, for the same period, a total of more than 600,000 individuals surrendered in line with Double Barrel. Further, more than 6,000 police operations were conducted in various regions nationwide, wherein 718 were killed as a result of police operations, and an estimated DDB value of more than 2.3 billion pesos of illegal drugs was confiscated. The PNP stand against extrajudicial killing is uncompromising. If any policeman is found that he violated the law on self-defense, he will be investigated, prosecuted, and accordingly punished. On the speculations of vigilante killings, the PNP does not and will never condone vigilante killings. I have previously mentioned that these killings are perpetrated by various syndicate groups involved in illegal drugs. Therefore, the PNP will extend the full force of the law against those responsible for these crimes. Umaasa po ako na ang pagdinig na ito ay tunay na makakatulong sa ating mithiin upang mabigyan ng solusyon ang problema sa illegal na droga. Rest assured that your police is more than willing to adapt the lessons that will come out of this hearing. The PNP remains loyal to our sworn mandate to serve and protect the Filipino people in accordance with the rule of law. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Mr. General De La Rosa. That was your opening statement, although you advised me earlier before the start of the hearing that you're supposed to have some PowerPoint presentation, and I would assume that your PowerPoint presentation po ay kaugnay dun sa report nyo. So meron pa mo kayong separate na report. Dahil naka-indicate po yan doon sa notice na pinadala sa inyo. So I just want to clarify or have it clarified that that was simply your opening statement. Salamat po. Can we now recognize CHR Chair Chito Gascon?
Sa kagalang-galang ng pinuno ng Komite ng Katarungan at Karapatang Pangtao, kagalang-galang ng Daladalang Lima, kasama ng pinuno ng Committee ng Public Order, Senator Panfilo Locson, at ang iba pang mga pinagtitaganan natin mga senador ng bansa. Nais ko ipaabot ang puso namin pasasalamat sa inyo sa Karapatang Pangtao na naging bahagi nitong pagdinig sa isang mahalagang usapin sa pambansa. Kasama ko po dito si Commissioner Lea Armamento at si Commissioner Gwen Pimentel-Gana. At itong aming pagdalo ay dula ng aming maruplot na paggalang sa institusyon ng Senado bilang mahalagang haligi ng ating demokrasya at isang ganap na instrumento para makatulong sa paglilinaw ng buong katotohanan ukol sa nakakaalarmang bilang ng mga namamatay kaugnay ng kampanya laban sa kriminalidad, laban sa droga. Na kung pagbabatayan man ang sinabi ng media o ang tala ng media o ng pulis ay umaabot na sa mahigit 1,000 ang bilang at araw-araw ito po ay nadadagdagan ng mga pinaghihilalaang mga sangkot sa droga at ilan ay mga magigiting nating mga pulis na namamatay lulan ng kanilang police operations at maging may mga inosenteng civilian caught in the crossfire. Sa simula, nais po namin ipahayag na nais ang CHR na magtagumpay ang Administrasyong Duterte sa kampanya nito laban sa illegal na droga at iba pang uri ng kriminalidad. Sapagkat sa pagtatagumpay nito ay mapapangalagaan at magagarantihan ang karapatan ng mamamayan sa seguridad at matiwasay na pamumuhay. Dapat lamang pong labanan ang salot ng droga at iba pang uri ng kriminalidad sapagkat nagdudulot ito ng sadyang napakaraming pinagpipis at hindi mabilang ng mga biktima na kailangan po natin mailigtas sa kapahamakan at mabigyan ng karampatang kanina. Subalit, ang aming panawagan ay sa pagsulong itong laban sa droga at kriminalidad. Dapat lamang po na pangalagaan ang mga naitakda na mga rekisito sa ating saligang batas at ang karapatang pangtao. Itong usapin ng due process, presumption of innocence ay mahalagang laging nasa isip ng mga bahagi ng ating law enforcement process. At importante rin po na siguraduhin natin na ang mga alituntunin patungkol sa karapatang pantao na andyan na po sa Police Operations Procedure ay masundan. At ang lahat po ng pulis na sangkot man sa mga kaduda-dudang mga sitwasyon kaugnay nito ay dapat po tuluyang maimbestiga. At ito ring malaking bilang po ng mga attributable na mga pagkakamatay sa vigilante killing sa importante ring puspusang imbestigahan hanggang matukoy ang mga salarin. Panawagan po namin sa opening statement namin ay siguraduhin lamang po na ang mga nandyan na mga rekwisito at ay lituntunin sa batas at sa Police Operations Procedure ay masundan, ay hindi po tayo magkakaproblema sa usapin ng karapatang pantao. Yung ang aming hangad ngayong umaga at sa mga susunod pang pagdinig ay handa po kaming makipag-ugnayan sa Senado at iba pang mga ahensya pang pamahalaan na luminaw na gusto ang mga tungkulin ng bawat isa para masigurado natin mapangalagaan ang kabutihan ng lahat. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Dea, Attorney Borda.
Committee on Justice and Human Rights Chairperson Senator Lima, members of the committee, resource speakers from the different government agencies and civil society organizations, members of the media, good morning. On behalf of Director General Isidro S. La Peña, who is in official travel to Bangkok, Thailand, to attend the 37th meeting of ASEAN Senior Officers of Drug Matters. At the outset, I would like to state that PIDEA remains committed to the rule of law and respect for human rights. In fact, we have integrated in our regular and specialized training programs modules on human rights and international humanitarian laws, as well as modules on the proper handling of arrested suspects and detainees, and the recognition and enforcement of their rights. All our regional offices maintain an updated list of detainees with relevant data, which is made available to the public at all times, and we submit regular monthly reports on the list of detainees to the Commission on Human Rights. Despite the absence of mandatory allocation of food for our detainees in our yearly budget, we provide food to our detainees because the right to food is a basic requirement for their life to life. The conduct of funded drug operation always involves risk. From 2008 to date, 10 PIDEA agents were killed and 12 agents were wounded during anti-drug operations. Our agents have also seized high-powered firearms with live ammunition and even grenades from drug offenders. PIDEA's vision is by 2020, we are a highly credible and competent agency leading the citizenry for a drug-free country. We do not condone or tolerate wrongdoings of our personnel. But so far, we have not received any complaint involving PIDEA personnel in extrajudicial killings. If the committee has a report involving PIDEA personnel with DJK, we would appreciate it if we will be provided a copy of the report so we could act on it appropriately. Thank you, Your Honors, for this opportunity to participate in this public hearing, a venue for exchanging and sharing our experiences, and allow us to have a deeper understanding of the drug problem and develop a more comprehensive, more effective, and more enduring solution, taking into account the fact that criminals are not limited in legislation, jurisdiction, and resources, unlike law enforcement, which faces these challenges every day. Thank you.
Maraming pong salamat. We now call on NBI through its director.
outstanding business money. We feel honored to be invited in this hearing today on the subject of extrajudicial killing. The NBI does not and will not countenance extrajudicial killing, not only because it is illegal, not only because it violates universal human rights, which is indivisible, inhuman, and not because it is spiritually taboo. But by advocating it is an admission that law enforcement is a horrible failure. There were times when in the course of the enforcement operation, life is wasted. But these are more of an exception than the rule. The death occurring in the course of law enforcement operation is not basically extrajudicial killing. It's not a big extrajudicial killing. The occurrence of which is basically the condition of victim or victim. Both lawmen and offenders are unwilling victims. The lawmen are just doing the job, and the transgressors are insistent of their result. When transgressor puts up the fight, lawmen would naturally calibrate the application of their force and should not yield their authority to repeal the unlawful action. So the law-abiding would live peacefully, and all of us under this threatened society. Also, when certain condition or situation calls for judgment, where lawmen has to choose between the right and that of the lawbreaker, I myself on my own, I would surely choose the preservation of my own life and those of others. The offenders are included. That being said, let's fight crime in a way.
Maraming salamat, Director Guerran. At this point, since the focus of these proceedings are the killings, I'm declaring a 5-minute suspension for the opportunity for our witnesses to be brought here in this hall. Proceedings suspended.